So, hello, here it is, officially the 6th of January. That is sometimes known as Twelfth Night. Some people call it Epiphany. And for many people, it is the official end of Christmas. It's also this year, coincidentally, the day on which a lot of the school children will be going back to school. It's a Monday, it's the first Monday of the year. And really and truly, this for me is when 2020 truly begins. So I spent yesterday packing up all of the remnants of Christmas. I put the tree back in the box. I dusted everything down. I did some spring cleaning, sorted everything out. And that for me finally is the end of Christmas, the end of the Christmas holidays. And here I am back to work today and making a start on another new year. So are you happy that Christmas is over? Did you enjoy it? Did you have a good time? I really had a good time at Christmas. It wasn't very exciting in the traditional sense. There weren't too many parties. There wasn't too much going on. We had a nice, quiet family Christmas. And to be honest, the way the last year's been, that's exactly what we needed. So it was really enjoyable to have a quiet Christmas. And I particularly enjoy, and I've always enjoyed best, the bit between Christmas and New Year. I've heard it called Twixtmas, whatever you like to call it, that little bit where everything just kind of blurs into one and there are no requirements on you and there is nothing needed and you can just relax. I played a lot of silly video games and board games with my children. We went ice skating, we just poodled about, we ate an awful lot of cake, and we just basically hung out together as a family in a just unstructured, uncluttered, unfettered way, and it was just lovely. But the one thing I did notice this year in particular, I was on Facebook quite a bit, I can't really help it, I'm a bit of an addict, and I just noticed that starting even on Christmas Day and certainly on Boxing Day, I started getting all the emails about set your goals for 2020, review the year 2019, make this year your best year yet, smash it all, make sure you get off to a good start in 2020, get those goals sorted. And I was looking at them all and thinking, no, I'm sorry. I'm not doing any of that right now. I'm not signing up for your courses right now. I have no wish to get my business off to a flying start on January the 1st. Why January the 1st? Nobody's doing anything on January the 1st. Everybody, well, nearly everybody, the vast majority have been up till silly o'clock on New Year's Eve. January the 1st is usually a bit of a non-day, really. And it's only really now, today, that I'm starting to think about 2020 and what that all means. And no, I haven't spent the last week desperately planning everything. That bit comes now for me. So what I'm really wanting to tell you today is that over the next 4 weeks, I am going to be doing a very detailed planning workshop, particularly for my blog. And those of you watching this from the Blogging Mums Club will know that I am going to be putting the blogging planning workshop on webinars for you to look at. And I will put the link to that in at the bottom of this live. Basically, as far as I'm concerned, I don't come out all guns blazing on the 1st of January because I've been working between Christmas and New Year. I spend the whole of January planning, looking at where I am, where I want to be, how I could get there, how the last year went, what I've learned from it, the good stuff, the bad stuff, the bloody awful stuff, and what I'm going to do better in the coming year. That process, it takes time. It's really worth taking time to have a good, proper review of what actually went well, of what didn't go so well, of what new things you want to bring to the party. As I've said several times, one of the new things I want to bring to the party is a lot more video content, which is why I'm here. So I am going to be A, doing my own planning in January, and then B, particularly for bloggers, putting my thoughts on a good thorough plan into a series of 4 webinars, the first of which is going to be on Wednesday this week, about planning your business for 2020. Now, I say there are 4 webinars. The first one is the review of the year, if you've already been an existing blogger, or the review of where you're starting from. And then we go into setting goals and themes for the coming year. The third webinar then is about actually planning out the topic of the week for the next 6 months to a year. And the final one then is taking the topic of the week and doing your content that flows out of that. It's basically a webinar about repurposing. So once you've written a blog post, what pieces of content can you turn that into so that you only really have to write one big post each week? So that's basically the outline of the planning webinar, and I will be starting them on Wednesday, and I will leave the link to the webinar series, which is completely free, in the attachment to this video, wherever it sits on your screen. I'm not sure whether it's up, down, right, left, or whatever, you know. And so I will be doing the webinars on Wednesday. I'll leave the link to them. The webinars themselves are free, and I will be introducing you to a range of tools that I use for my planning, some of which are free, some of which are paid, and there might be 1 or 2 affiliate products within that. But you know, if you do choose to use the same tools that I'm using, then yeah, I'd love to make a small commission on that. That would be lovely. Thank you very much. So that is what I'm up to in January. I'm going to be looking at my own stuff, doing some serious planning, and then in February, on my blog in particular, I have promised myself that I am going to do a post a day, and then after that I will settle back into a post a week routine. But for the month of February, I'm going to do a post a day, and I'm going to be encouraging the people in the Blogging Mums Club to also do a post a day, just to really set out my stall and tell everybody exactly what Mums the Boss is going to be about in 2020, and getting some really big, serious content out there. So I'll be planning that throughout January, and I will be letting you all know how it's all going for me, and hopefully supporting you guys in whatever you're doing too. So thank you very much for all of your custom business and readership and all of the rest of it over 2019, and I look forward to working with you and helping you throughout 2020. Thanks very much.